Their lives aren't real. They're performances they can't stop giving.
They perform for us. Every line, every joke, rehearsed forever.
The hidden nightmares behind Springfield. 5 Simpsons. Theories that will make you rewatch every episode. You love the Yellow Family, the bright intro, the laugh track in your mind. You've seen Bart prank Moe, Homer eat donuts, and Lisa save the world. But what if I told you that behind the familiar gags and Springfield jokes, there's a darker logic, a hidden undercurrent that twists everything you thought you knew? Over the next 5 revelations, we'll peel back the cheerful surface of The Simpsons and show you a version of Springfield that's stranger, spookier, and far more unsettling. By the end, you'll never look at that couch gag the same way again. Theory 1, the eternal present trap. We all assume Springfield exists in some timeless sitcom bubble. Bart is forever 10, Homer never ages, and the jokes reset. But what if that bubble isn't a comedic device? It's a prison. Look, episode after episode, change is teased but never lasts. Bart sleeps through a future movie, Lisa travels through time, yet they're back to school the next week. What if the family is stuck in one endlessly looping day, forced into repetition so they never truly grow? Consider, every time a major shift happens, Lisa's future wedding, Bart's grown-up life, it resets. Could it be that these are glitches in the loop? The writers use the flash forward as a peek outside their cycle, but always right back to square one. So the twist. You're not watching a show of perpetual youth and fun. You're watching characters trapped in an unchanging existence. That means every reset button gag is less a joke and more a sigh. And the vibe. Light day-to-day comedy becomes a melancholic prison of stasis. You'll never watch an, "oh, we'll fix it tomorrow," bit the same way. Theory 2. The Simpsons are played by actors within Springfield. We've laughed at the antics, but what if the characters know, deep down, they're playing roles? There are a few clues everywhere. Moments where time warps, where characters seem aware of the status quo, where change is teased then undone. What if Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie are actors inside their own show, aware that they must be funny, must remain who they are, must stay safe? Imagine the scene. They pause, maybe just for a split second, realizing the script is written. Then they go back to punching the status quo. The twist. The show you're watching isn't their real life. It's their performance. What if the magical appeal of Springfield is exactly that? Everything has to stay the same, the gears must keep turning, the jokes must be ready, and the cast, they know it. So the emotional beat, that ha-ha moment becomes, oh God, for a second. They're not just characters, they're trapped performers in an endless sitcom. You'll laugh, you'll remember, but you'll also wonder, when do they get off the stage? Theory 3. Springfield is a multiverse of failed realities. This one ups the stakes. What if each episode of The Simpsons isn't just one timeline, but one of many parallel Springfields all layered on top of each other? We've already seen chaotic geography. Bart's friend lives across from him. Next week, there's a forest. The state is always somewhere but nowhere. The flash forwards don't fit. So maybe what we view as one city is actually hundreds of versions of Springfield, overlapping. Imagine, on Tuesday, you're watching Springfield A. On Thursday, you're in Springfield B. Variables change, characters shift, pasts revise, deaths who knows, but each version continues as though nothing happened. That means the Flanders we know, it might be an entirely different Flanders from another branch. The twist. The Simpsons you love aren't in a coherent singular universe. They're in the scrap heap of realities that failed. And emotionally, that injects a sense of dread. Every reset is a universe dying and being replaced. Every familiar street may flicker. You thought you were enjoying a consistent world, but you were sampling versions. Watching the show then becomes a hunt. Which Springfield am I in right now, and how long until the next one drops in? Theory 4. They know we're watching. This is the eerie one. What if the characters are slightly aware of you, the viewer? Not in a meta joke way, but in a subtle, liminal way. They sense their world is being watched, analyzed, and laughed at, and that awareness creeps into the story. Little things. Homer shrugs at the camera sometimes, Bart stares with a beat too long, and characters whisper when the widescreen zooms out. Could these be more than animation quirks? What if they're glances from characters who know their lives are being broken framed for your attention? The twist? They're performing for you, yes, but also because of you. The boundary between you and Springfield dissolves, and if they sense you, then your laughter becomes part of their world, the emotional beat. You're no longer just a viewer, you're a presence inside their realm. That changes the tone of every one of their pratfalls, because buried beneath the jokes is a relationship. You're watching them, and they kind of know. You'll laugh again, but you might wince too. You might feel complicit. Theory 5. The show was always the horror story. Here's the capstone. All prior theories build into this. What if everything in Springfield is creepy rather than comforting? And the show has always been a horror masquerading as comedy. Rewind the relentless stasis of Theory 1, the character actors of Theory 2, the multiverse collapse of Theory 3, the surveillance of Theory 4. Now combine them. The Simpsons lives in a loop, actors performing illusions, thousands of versions replaying, you watching and they watching you. That's a horror. Consider, there's no real growth. Mistakes don't matter. Consequences evaporate. Reality never resolves. It's like someone pressed replay at creation. That's the true nightmare, that final twist. Springfield isn't just a place of gags. It's a place built on absence. Absence of change, absence of consequence, absence of meaning. The jokes exist to hide it, so the emotional beat. What looked like sitcom comfort? Maybe it's a trap. The brightest colors, a mask, and Homer's dough, a looped echo in an infinite room. Your takeaway: you'll never watch Eat My Shorts the same way. You'll never swipe past the couch gag without thinking, are these just actors putting on the show for us, or are they prisoners of it? So there you have it. 5 hidden layers beneath the yellow facades of Springfield. Fun, familiar, goofy, but maybe far stranger than you ever suspected. If you turned this into a rewatch mission, here's your call. Pick one episode you loved, sit back, look for the crack in the world's continuity, the moment of recognition, the sideways glance. You might laugh, you might shiver, but you'll definitely remember. Because once you see Springfield through this lens, you can't unsee it. And that's the beauty and the dread of the show you thought you knew. Thanks for coming through. If you enjoyed this ride, hit that like, share it with someone who needed to rethink their childhood cartoons, and subscribe for more story dives into the worlds you thought were safe. Until next time, keep your eyes open. The joke may be over, but the loop is still running.